There's a book called Strength to Love written by Martin Luther King Jr. that was published in 1963. It has changed the lives and influenced many people around the world, and I would recommend anyone to read it regardless of your color or creed, but I would especially recommend Black Americans to read this. A quote that many people have probably seen before has come from this book, which says, "Returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that." So after decades of mending wounds and building bridges, you think that we'd pretty much be over a lot of this racist fucking divide and this bigotry, right?
If you're a cracker, a peckerwood, a redneck, a hunky, a white devil, specifically you little 12 and 13-year-old children that love to play Call of Duty and watch my GTA 5 videos, fuck off my channel. For you coons, you black ass Uncle Tom selling out little fucking monkeys, get off my fucking channel.
So I discovered Minnesottaboyy through the whole iDubbbz controversy with Tana Mojo and the whole nigger thing, and basically he chimed in saying that he put his 2 cents in, and he pretty much said that he wanted to fight iDubbbz.
And iDubbbz, this is a message to you. If I see you, I'm gonna come holler at you. And no, we ain't gonna be having no one-on-one discussion. No, it's not gonna be no interview. And no, it's not gonna be a debate. If I see you, I'm gonna come holler at you. Now, this is a challenge because I know how the internet is with threats. It's no threat, it's a challenge. I want to fight you. Since you think it's cool and nobody's saying nothing, it shouldn't be a big deal. Saying the nigger word, well, you're getting away with it, and I think this time somebody got to check you on it.
Normally I was just going to be like, okay, I'm going to dismiss this guy because I checked his channel out and everything, and he's just like another one of those people like Black Hitler or like that yes all white people chick. And basically he just thinks that all white people are racist and stuff, and I'm just like, okay, I know where this guy's coming from. Not much needs to be said, because it's already been said before. But then this guy went on a stream with Keemstar and a bunch of other prominent YouTubers, and a lot of these people don't usually have these huge fucking platforms to spout their racist bullshit, And it's fine. Look, if he wants to have his YouTube channel and have his racist ass fans and think that all white people are racist and think that black people can't be racist because a new definition of racism like power plus prejudice or whatever the fuck they want to say it is, like, that's fine, just like I'm not gonna fucking try to get a channel taken down of white supremacists, even though I would just disagree with it and talk shit, But, so all I'm gonna do is just kind of challenge this, and I want to, and hopefully that Minnesottaboyy will watch this and he can absorb maybe something without, wanting to try to fight me too, because I'm not interested in fighting. I don't like fighting. I like training, but I don't like fighting people, okay? So I usually don't respond to people directly, but since you shared this platform with a bunch of these prominent YouTubers, I don't want a lot of people to just get this impression of like how a lot of black people are. I mean, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of fucked up shit happening, obviously, within the Black Lives Matter movement. There's just a lot of people that are just being really intolerant nowadays. And I want people to kind of just show that, like, no, we're trying to get past this shit, We're trying to fucking heal. We're trying to get along. We're trying to come together, because, like, picking out a scab, just reopens the wound. So it's like, let's stop this bullshit. Now, I recorded a little part of the stream, and I want to use some of the points that they were making and some of the points that Minnesottaboyy is making, and then just give you my general thoughts of the whole situation.
If you are truly racist, then you have hatred in your heart for that other race. If someone says, I'm not racist, I have a black friend, if they actually do have black friends, then it's impossible for them to be racist.
See, right there, I agree with Keemstar. It's being racist. You really don't like people of that race, So why the fuck would you hang out with people like that? Why would you hang out with that race of people that you don't like? Now, the thing is, there are some people that can be prejudiced. They'll have some prejudices against said race and be like, oh, I'm not racist. I have this, Now they can still think like there's stereotypes and shit like that. I've fucking encountered that before. I wouldn't say those people are racist. They just don't know. They're ignorant. They're like, oh, I thought this and that. Oh, I thought this and that. And you're like, well, no, now you fucking know. Now you're being educated. Now you're learning. But that doesn't just mean you're fucking racist. It's just some people, like almost everybody has some type of fucking prejudice. Unless like me, like say, since I was kind of an empty vessel growing up and then I just absorbed a lot of shit as I was going along, I kind of thought like, yeah, people are a certain way because of their location, where they're growing up and their parents. It's not just, you're just, oh, skin color, therefore you are this, you know? That's fucking retarded. But not everybody thinks that way, so I get it. Now let's see what Minnesotaboyy has to say to that.
When you say somebody can be a white supremacist, right? The first thing idiots will say is, "Oh yeah, white supremacists are dying out. You know, they don't wear robes." We know that white supremacists are in the fucking in the courts, in the police force, in the fire department, in the doctors, lawyers. We know white supremacists have evolved, just like how they've evolved on the fucking internet. My point is to say somebody's racist only because they hate somebody. There's other forms of racism, okay?
I won't deny that there are clearly some people in like high levels of power or just like everyday regular jobs that are racist, you know, like, and this goes for like any fucking body. This goes for white people, black people, fucking Asian people, whatever. They're racist all across the board, and you wouldn't know unless they were fucking like being in the privacy of their own home. You got to hear what they were really saying and what they really think. But what you're talking about, so yeah, of course, the robes were the fucking KKK, dude. The white supremacy or whatever, it hasn't evolved. It's just been there, and it is fucking dying out, dude. There's a lot of people that are starting to realize that it's not as bad or people are starting to learn that people aren't fucking just, you know, or prepackaged. But the problem is, you know, your rhetoric, stuff that you're spewing is kind of reversing stuff. We are regressing back to those days when people have these fucking preconceived notions. They're like, oh, you're saying all white people are like this, and then other people in reverse are like, well, all black people are like this. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you're fucking things up, man.
It's hard to talk for somebody else when you've been on that one side. Now, I get that, you know, you grew up in New York. You know, you were called derogatory terms. So you should know what that feels like, especially against your own people. You should know what that feels like.
Yeah.
But as a black man, right, you cannot weigh your I don't want to say oppression because I don't think you were ever oppressed. You cannot weigh your life to somebody else's life that's been on that other side.
You see, the way that Minnesotaboyy talks in this, he talks as if he's been oppressed, and a lot of black people in the United States in particular have been oppressed or right now. And, you know, obviously, like, when he uses examples of oppression, he's usually referring to things that happened back in the day. It's a recurring theme for him, and it's a recurring theme for a lot of people, a lot of black supremacists. They keep going back to the past and like, therefore, we need to keep fucking acting like it's still alive and well. Like, what happened back in the day is still going on right fucking now in current fucking year. It's really bad, you know, it's really fucking bad, and it's really unfortunate, you know, because I'm looking at this guy, you know, he looks like he's doing pretty well for himself. Like, he looks like he's in a pretty good position. He doesn't look like he's struggling. I don't know his life in particular. I didn't watch all of his fucking YouTube content, but I'm just saying that, like, dude, are you oppressed? Like, if you are, like, let me help. I can help you escape your oppression, you know. I can give you some advice and some tips, you know. I can give you just let you know that you're not trapped, man. Like, you can fucking do whatever the fuck you want, man. Sky's the limit. Or maybe it's easier for you to just believe that you're still oppressed and woe is me. Fuck if I know.
When I was in school, people called me Dago and they called me WAP, all right? As a means to, like, be racist, right? One time I went to my locker, and my locker was just filled with Dago and WAP all over it. They wrote on the outside of my locker, right? I never thought that those people were racist, all right? What I thought is that those people were using race to hurt me.
Keemstar brings up a really good point, because that is the case for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that have no problem with the race or races in general, but if you piss somebody off or if you piss them off, they usually try to bring up like the most offensive thing they can think of, like what's gonna actually hurt you, what's gonna dig down to you deep, you know. It's kind of like, say, when you see a fat person, they piss you off, the first thing you're gonna go after is their weight, you know, or anything like that, you know. You're gonna, if it's a girl, you're gonna call her a bitch and a cunt and all this stuff. You know, if you can't really find very many things about them, then maybe you'll attack their race then. And that's how things usually work. So you have fucking Keemstar, you know, obviously he didn't look like a gnome or anything then, so they just had to go after his fucking race and just call him a WAP and all that shit.
But let me ask you this question. Were they white?
Yeah.
Why is it a reoccurring thing Even in the UK, Colossal's from the UK, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Why the fuck do I speak English? Because your ancestors or your people enslaved or colonized America. These Americans here, and just like Africans who ran to fight their war, because during the time when the Boston Tea Party and George Washington was a known terrorist to the fucking British, those people fought. We fought a war that wasn't even included. It didn't even include us.
I don't understand about your recurring theme. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, and this is what I'm talking about with his recurring theme of saying that, keep using examples from the past, like, we were fucking kidnapped and we were enslaved and fucking now we were forced to speak English and shit. I'm like, my dude, if you don't want to speak English, you don't have to. You can learn your fucking African heritage, your language, Swahili, whatever the fuck it is. Kenyan, I don't know where you hail from, dude. But you can learn that shit and not speak a word of English anymore if you so choose. In the United States, you don't have to be forced to fucking do almost anything, dude. There's only a very small minimum things you gotta do. You gotta obey the laws, you work, you gotta pay some fucking taxes, and that's about it. So you can just be African as you fucking want, and nobody's gonna tell you shit, dude. But here's the thing, man, and here's the thing that people keep missing. People, black supremacists like you want to keep blaming like just slavery solely on white people, but you keep fucking missing that black people in Africa sold other blacks to white people. You think white people just came there by themselves and just, hey, come on the boat. Come on, we got a little bit of better weapons, so come on the boat. Nah, it was actually a lot more complicated than that, dude. There was some fucked up shit going on, man. There's been slavery going back to a very long time, dude. And indentured servitude is not just solely a white people thing, man. And I know you think that, but you really need to do a little bit more research before you talk shit.
You gotta understand, my views, I literally just flip what the fuck white people do. That's all I do. All I do is flip exactly what white people do daily. Now you guys may see my tweets.
So you're a piece of shit troll?
This guy's fucking
you don't even give a fuck about what you say. You're just a piece of shit liar. Is that what you're saying?
I do give a fuck about it because we're having an intellectual conversation, and I'm owning anybody who's trying to come at me about race.
See, that right there pisses me off. His logic is like, I'm trying to fight fire with fire. White people are being like this, so I'm just doing what they're doing. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? How could you think that is a fucking good solution? Like, be like the people that you claim to not like, the people that you despise, you don't like the way things have been going, so now you want to just do what they're doing, like, even if you believe that, because I don't believe that. I don't think all white people are racist. That's retarded. But if you think that, so you think that, the way to go forward is to be just as racist and shitty as them. So let me just show you the last part that I want to talk about.
Here's a better question. Tommy's retarded. So if Tommy were to say the N-word, would he be held responsible? I mean, he's slow.
I would look at Tommy. I would look at society. I would look at Tommy and say, okay, Tommy reminds me of that white kid that was held hostage to those black kids. All right. I'm looking at the situation.
That was legitimate.
First of all, I don't agree with that situation. I condemn those fucking retards. Those fucking
were those kids being racist against that white kid?
They weren't being racist because they only can be prejudiced. That word specifically is invented by another race of people.
So first he wants to complain about being forced to speak English, and then while he's speaking English, he also wants to be like, pick and choose what words fucking account to him. What mean, like, you want to say, that word racism was invented by another race of people. What about the fucking word prejudice, dude? What the fuck? So you want to just... Do you see how you're doing mental Of course you don't see how you're doing mental gymnastics, man. You need... Somehow something just needs to compute in you to be like, what I'm saying is completely fucking invalid, because... And I wonder how you would feel about, say, feminism, where they try to say, here's the dictionary definition, therefore it's about equality, and just try to negate... Just that even in the word feminism itself, it has fem, like feminine, that it is about women being equal to men, not just men and women being equal, like say egalitarianism. I wonder if you do mental gymnastics for shit like that, or do you accept that feminism has to do with women, empowering women, or I don't get it, dude. I don't understand what the fuck's happening with language nowadays. People are just destroying fucking anything and flipping it to what they want it to be, like, hey, I want it to mean this and this is what it is and that's all that fucking matters to me.
Do you want to separate yourself from everybody? Do you want to separate yourself? Do you want to
Well, I
stay
don't want to
separated?
separate. What do you mean?
Well, like you have these set of rules creating that appeal, or they only belong to you, and other people can't be like, you can't be racist. Only white people can be racist. Like
Listen. Like I said, individually, this doesn't mean anything to me. I mean, after all, I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to you. I fucking follow scarce and other white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that.
So you're telling us you have white friends?
Ask me that.
You have white friends?
Ask me that.
Oh, you got white friends? Oh man, that's actually pretty funny right there, dude. So, I mean, that pretty much just shows you in a nutshell what's going on with people like him, you know. And like I said, I usually don't do like responses directly to people. I just kind of want to just show other people like what the fuck is going on. A lot of you are aware, a lot of my audience are aware, but there's a lot of new people that are pouring in, and you may just think that, you know, like, oh, there's so many hostile black people, and I'm just like, there's a few, but I think most people are pretty fucking level-headed. And don't let people like Minnesottaboyy and Black Hitler and that other dumb broad just make you think that there's a huge fucking problem, that, you know, there's gonna be this massive race war, because I don't think that's the case. I think that, you know, slowly but surely, a lot of this racist rhetoric on both sides are gonna fucking die out. People are just getting so burnt out on this shit. I'm getting burnt out on this shit, but why I'm talking about this, because it's fucking important to just bring people together and build fucking bridges. You know, like, not let people like this, like, I don't want people to look at me and think that there's a possibility that I fucking hate them because of their skin color. I don't want any of that shit to fucking be put on me. And so that's why it's like, you know, I will not fight anyone. Definitely won't fight you, Minnesottaboyy. I'm pretty sure you would fucking destroy me. But what I can do is check you with my words. And that's all I'm doing with this fucking video. So that's all I gotta say. And dude, anybody that disagrees, fucking whatever, dude. Call me a coon, call me a sellout, and Uncle Tom. I don't give a fuck. Most of you guys already know how I feel about this situation. You guys know that I made a fucking video just showing you that words don't fucking hurt me. I'm a grown ass man. I may not look it, but I'm 28 years old, gonna be fucking 29 in 2 months. I can fucking handle some words being thrown at me. I can handle some racist slurs. It's not gonna fucking just ruin my entire existence. It's not gonna anger me to the point where I think I need to fight fucking everybody. Like, even though I can't, I just want to fight everybody. It's like, nah, dude, it's not that serious, man. It's not that serious. Just, you know, I'm gonna just keep moving forward. I'm just gonna keep bettering myself, and hopefully other people that may have some dissent will also do the same. You just keep growing, keep moving forward, trying to better yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Stop thinking that everybody's out to get you and everything is so fucking woe is me. Dude, life is pretty okay, especially if you live in the West. If you live in the United States, even if you're a fucking bum, dude, you can get taken care of, you know? It may be a little unfortunate, but you can thrive, and you have opportunities to be the best person you can fucking be, and that's fucking like a lot, dude. You can be a major successful fucking celebrity if you want to. Anyways, guys, you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Man, I'm so tired of acting like a coon, you know, like just fucking shucking and jiving for all these white folks trying to get these subs, man. Like, I just want to be myself. I just want to be my black power self and just say all white people are racist, you know? Like, I'm fucking tired of this shit. Oh, fuck.